To her surprise, when the door opened, Kinte collapsed right into her arms. This new student named Kinte made a splash on his very first day. His hair color was impossible to ignore, and his looks were absolutely stunning. He instantly became the most popular guy in school. One student felt like Kinte was stealing his thunder. He wanted to teach Kinte a lesson. Kinte just smiled, then grabbed his half-finished soda, and sprayed it directly at the guy. But here's the thing. The soda ended up all over a girl who was just walking by. Kinte froze on the spot. His friend, this sweet girl, rushed over to comfort her. She tried to find a towel to dry her off, and reminded Kinte to apologize, fast. Before Kinte could say a word, the girl actually apologized to Kinte first, then ran off while everyone stared in shock. This girl's name is Chinatsu Amika. She's been bullied since childhood. It's made her incredibly timid. She can't bring herself to talk to anyone. I'm sorry, is basically Chinatsu's catchphrase. She apologizes even when it's not her fault. Chinatsu struggles with major insecurity, but she desperately wants to change. Before the new semester started, Chinatsu practiced in front of her mirror countless times, all just to naturally say, "Good morning," to a classmate. She made this her major goal. On the first day of school, Chinatsu showed up full of hope, but the classroom was completely empty. She walked over to her seat, and nervously said, "Good morning," to thin air. She figured no one would respond, but then, Chinatsu turned to see Kinte standing in the doorway. He seemed to glow. His kindness healed something in her. She was completely stunned. Kinte could tell right away that Chinatsu was scared. He walked up to her and said,
"Hi, repeat after me. O, ha, yo, omuka."
With Kinte's help, Chinatsu, who had extreme social anxiety, finally got out a "good morning." She felt so happy inside. She realized it wasn't as hard as she thought. Just then, other students started filing into the classroom. Kinte looked at Chinatsu, who was getting scared again. His eyes encouraged her to greet her classmates. Chinatsu got his signal, but she was still so nervous. She gave herself a pep talk in her head. After an intense internal battle, Chinatsu carefully said, "Good morning." She thought it would be super awkward, but the sweet girl responded warmly. When Chinatsu got home, she pulled out her stamp and stamped her April goal. She felt so happy inside. Chinatsu felt like her life was finally turning around. But the next day, Chinatsu ran into an old classmate who absolutely terrified her. This girl is the shyest, most timid person I've ever seen. When someone deliberately bumps into her, her first reaction isn't to get up and fight back, but to curl herself into a ball in fear. Because the two people in front of her are the school bullies who torment Chika every single day. Chika can't stand up to them at all. These two girls see that Chika wants to get into a prestigious school and mock her for reaching too high. Then they deliberately step all over Chika's dream list. Chika feels utterly humiliated, but all she can do is weakly clench her fists. Just then, a blonde boy walks by and picks up Chika's dream list. He doesn't mock Chika. Instead, he gently crouches down in front of the helpless girl, saying the school on her list is perfect for her and that he's planning to go there too. Jumti's kindness heals Chika's wounded heart. Luckily, not only does Chika get into the prestigious school, but she unexpectedly becomes classmates with Jumti. Chika has always secretly admired this super popular heartthrob who's the complete opposite of her extremely shy self. But what's even worse, that female bully who constantly tormented Chika before is also at this school. Out of fear, Chika instinctively flinches, timidly lowering her head. The bully brazenly laughs at Chika's reaction, calling out her nickname in front of everyone, Rock. Even though they don't lay a hand on her this time, Chika is still shaking all over. This scene is witnessed by Jumti nearby. That afternoon, Chika's shoes get thrown into the dumpster, and the ones who did it are that same group from this morning. Chika watches their mocking faces, listens to their insulting words, but doesn't dare make a sound. After Chika puts her shoes back on, just like her nickname Rock, she silently endures everything. But this time, Jumti stops when he walks past her. Chika was planning to do what she's always done, keep being a silent rock. But Jumti encourages her to change, hoping she'll be bold enough to ask for help. The next day, Chika gets hassled by her old classmates again. Because of her timid weakness, they're getting more and more outrageous, bossing her around like an errand boy, threatening Chika to buy them snacks. Chika stands there, Deeply disappointed in her fearful self, she nervously clenches her hands, wanting to fight back bravely just once.
何のつもりだよ。マジムカつくこいつ。
Jumpty emerges from the crowd, glances at Chica lying on the ground, and boldly steps in front of her to protect her.
言えよ、昨日のこと。またかよ。うるせえ。はい。す。
助けて。
よくできました。次こいつになんかしたら、俺が許さねえから。
行こう。ごめんなさい。
謝んなって。助けてほしいとき、俺呼べ。飛んできてやるから。
This girl used to be bullied by the entire school. Now no one dares to touch her, because the school's coolest bad boy is protecting her. His name is Jumpty. When Chica gets humiliated, Jumpty helps her regain her dignity. When Chica gets pranked, Jumpty encourages her to fight back. When Chica comes to him crying for help after being bullied, Jumpty gently pats her head, then protectively stands by her side. And the extremely shy and timid Chica, under Jumpty's protection, is slowly starting to change. For the first time, Chica works up the courage to eat lunch with her classmates. She shares one of her little wishes. Though it sounds ordinary, it's incredibly difficult for her to make good friends and walk home with friends every day. Pretending to sleep nearby, overhears Chica's wish. The next day, he takes advantage of the seat change to sit next to Chica and in front of the whole class says, not only is Chica a great student, but being friends with her brings good luck. Jumpty's words instantly make the shy Chica the center of attention in class.
よろしく。
実はすげえって言っちゃった俺に恥かかせんな。隣で見ててやるから。友達100人できるかな。
作ります。
言ったな。
言いました。
Not wanting to disappoint Jumpty, Chica immediately runs up to a female classmate after school and earnestly asks her to be friends.
私と友達になってください。もう友達じゃないの？石森さんには声がちゃんと言わなきゃ。友達だよ。
Chica is overjoyed. When she gets home, she sets her new goal to make 100 friends like Jumpty said. At this point, Chica has developed special feelings for Jumpty.
助けてほしいとき、俺呼べ。空飛べるんだ。
Jumpty's words keep replaying in Chica's mind, making her blush and her heart race. But she doesn't know that Jumpty just sees her as a little sister who needs protection. The next day, through the drink bottle Jumpty regularly uses, Chica accidentally discovers Jumpty's secret hideout where he naps.
なんでここに見つかったの初めてだわ。
Looking at this dusty storage room, Chica inexplicably feels at peace. A place like this resembles her real self, but she's a bit confused. She doesn't understand whether the shy Chica from before, or the Chica now trying to be outgoing, is the real her. None of that matters though, because Jumpty is going to help Chica fulfill her wish of making 100 friends.
どうして？
石森係だから。
This line, which sounds like a confession but also doesn't, makes Chica's heart race. Just when Chica thinks they like each other, she accidentally runs into the girl Jumpty actually likes.
セリナの元彼じゃん。ねえねえねえ、浦君。なんでセリナと別れたの？
うるせえ。
The girl cries as she erases herself from the painting, ready to end this love that was over before it even began. Just yesterday, Chinatsu, the top student in her class, received an invitation from her crush. They were going to work on a group project together. Chinatsu had dressed up carefully for this meeting, but Kinte's ex-girlfriend Nana suddenly showed up, shattering that perfect moment. When Nana's friends saw Kinte and Chinatsu together,
なんでセリナと別れたの？
Kinte's reaction was awkward. Chinatsu could tell right away. Kinte hadn't gotten over Nana at all. Even worse, Nana's friends started mocking Chinatsu, saying she dressed like a total loser and didn't belong in their circle.
マジで浮いてるの。やめな。自覚ある？見てて暴れなんだ。やめだって。やめろっつってんだろ。
That's when Nana suddenly stepped in to defend Chinatsu. To protect her, she actually turned on her own friends. Everyone was stunned. Chinatsu stopped Nana as she was leaving and sincerely thanked her. Nana's courage and honesty made the already timid Chinatsu feel even more insecure about herself. The next day, Nana was cornered by those girls, seeking revenge for what happened yesterday. One girl was about to slap Nana across the face when Chinatsu suddenly rushed out. This time, she wasn't afraid anymore.
なんだよお前。
怖えよ。
Kinte gently shielded Chinatsu, then threw all those insults from yesterday, the ones they used to mock Chinatsu, right back at them. Chinatsu's heart was racing. She thought Kinte was protecting her, but she quickly realized Kinte's eyes were fixed on Nana the whole time. Kintei anxiously asked Nana if she was hurt. Chinatsu's chest suddenly ached. She spent the entire day thinking about it, unable to focus in class at all. After school, Chinatsu ran into Nana. During their conversation, Chinatsu learned that the strong, beautiful Nana had also been bullied before. Back in middle school, someone had covered Nana's desk with nasty words. It was Kintei who quietly cleaned it all off for her. From that moment on, Kintei always protected Nana. The two of them were together for a long time after that. Chinatsu's heart sank hearing this. So Kintei had only protected her because she reminded him of Nana.
今でも三浦君のこと好き？好きじゃないよ。嘘が下手だな、セリナちゃん。待って違うよ。あちゃん、好きだよ。
But Chinatsu decided to let them be together. But I only like him the way you'd like a celebrity. I see him as just a friend. I don't actually want to date him. Hinatsulit. She buried her love deep inside. From that day on, she started deliberately avoiding Kintei.
Ishimori! Ishimori!
This guy is the most popular person in school. Every girl who meets him falls for him. But Chinatsu is the only one who keeps running away from him.
Ishimori!
Kintei grabbed Chinatsu just as she was trying to escape. The truth is, Chinatsu has had a secret crush on Kintei all along. But she knows one thing for certain, Kintei still has feelings for his ex-girlfriend. Chinatsu sees herself as timid and insecure, nowhere near as good as Kintei's ex, Nana. Nana is strong, kind, and beautiful. Chinatsu feels like she's nothing compared to her, so Chinatsu can only keep her feelings locked away. She starts slowly distancing herself from Kintei. Chinatsu avoided Kintei for an entire month. She didn't contact him once during summer break either. Kintei has no idea what's going on. He remembers. Chinatsu once mentioned how much she wanted to go to the summer festival. So Kintei made a point to come see her.
なんだよ。また2学期って。一回も会わねえつもりかよ。
どうして私なんか。
もうそういうのやめろっつってんだろ。
Kintei notices Chinatsu's clenched fists and knows she's suppressing her feelings again.
まだ自分のこと石だと思ってんのか。
はい。
もういいじゃん石で。お前は宝石なんだよ。
Those words instantly break through Chinatsu's defenses. Everyone mocks Chinatsu for being timid and weak, saying she's like a rock with no feelings. Only Kintei sincerely tells her she's a gemstone. Chinatsu is so moved that tears stream down her face.
隠してようか。
Chinatsu can no longer control her feelings for Kintei. She wipes her tears and briefly steps away from him.
三浦君、ちょっと失礼します。
なんだそれ。
Chinatsu finds Kintei's ex-girlfriend, Nana. She needs to apologize for lying before.
嘘ついててごめんなさい。本当は三浦君のことが。
Nana didn't expect Chinatsu to be so honest. Not only is she not angry, she actually encourages Chinatsu to go after Kintei. When everyone goes to the beach together, Nana notices that Kintei treats Chinatsu differently. She knows it's time to let go. Nana asks Kintei to talk privately. She realizes something.
最後に一個。私のこと好きだった？
好きだった。
Kintei's feelings for Nana ended long ago. He didn't try to stop her when they broke up. That was the clearest answer. Nana says goodbye to Kintei through her tears, then sends Chinatsu a message.
カイのこと、ちゃんと諦められる。
Nana didn't expect Chinatsu to seriously reply with a long, heartfelt message. After the vacation ends, everyone says their happy goodbyes.
前に石森ちゃんは恋愛対象に入らないって言ってたよね。本気にさせたらまずいんじゃないの？
Kintei looks back at Chinatsu's radiant smile. His heart races.
もううぜえから言ってくわ。撤回する。
This guy said just yesterday he wasn't good enough to date anyone. Today he grabbed the hand of a girl with social anxiety right in front of the whole school and announced out loud.
俺の彼女。
A few days ago, Chinatsu's crush Kintei suddenly didn't show up to class. She worried about him all day long. After school, she went to the place where they often hung out together. She didn't find Kintei, but she accidentally discovered his home address. At that moment, there was only one thought in Chinatsu's mind. Go find him. She rushed to Kintei's house and rang the doorbell, standing nervously at the door waiting. To her surprise, when the door opened, Kintei collapsed right into her arms. Turns out he had a fever. When Kintei woke up, he saw Chinatsu in the kitchen making him kanji. The girl's shy and nervous expression warmed his heart. It had been so long since anyone had taken care of him. Chinatsu learned that Kintei's parents both worked overseas. She worried that if he got sick again, there'd be no one to look after him. So she gathered her courage to add him as a friend.
やっと聞いた。よかった。聞きたいと思ってんの俺だけじゃなかったわ。
Being able to add her crush as a friend made Chinatsu incredibly happy.
ほんとめんどくさいぐらい。 俺の異変に気づくよな。
私も空飛べるんです。
どこにいても。
Before she left, Kinte asked her out to meet up after school the next day. The next day, Chinatsu went to school full of anticipation. But when she saw a group of girls surrounding Kinte, her spirits instantly sank. Chinatsu felt like she wasn't good enough for him. The gap between them was just too big. After school, Chinatsu wanted to cancel their evening date, but she was interrupted by a group of girls running over saying they wanted to walk home with Kinte.
今日予定あるから無理。
Watching how popular Kinte was, Chinatsu started to feel scared. She didn't know whether she should confess her feelings, or just give up like this. Just then, Chinatsu saw what Kinte had secretly written in her notebook. Her friend saw Chinatsu's internal struggle, and encouraged her to be bold when it comes to love. Chinatsu was convinced. She immediately ran toward the meeting spot with her heart racing. Kinte had been waiting for her. The moment he saw Chinatsu appear, his face was full of joy. This was the very place where they first met. She couldn't believe Kinte had remembered all along.
覚えてたんですか？
もしかしてあの日から俺は石森係になったのかもな。
好きです。三浦君のことが彼女になりたいです。
After saying this, she shyly covered her face. Kinte thought she was absolutely adorable. He gently walked up to her and said,
俺も好き。
This girl has severe social anxiety, but her boyfriend is actually the hottest guy in the entire school. Her boyfriend Kinte wanted to give insecure Chinatsu a sense of security, so he waits for her on the way to school every day. After they became official, he walked right into campus holding Chinatsu's hand, and announced in front of everyone, "She's my girlfriend." Chinatsu felt like she was the luckiest person alive, because this cool and popular guy gave all his tenderness to her. Chinatsu prepared a notebook, called 365 Questions for My Boyfriend. She wanted to record everything Kinte liked. Not only did Kinte not find it annoying, he actually doted on her and said, "I'll answer one question every day." Chinatsu couldn't have been happier. From then on they studied together, went home together, went shopping, ate meals, and listened to music together. Chinatsu carefully recorded every one of Kinte's preferences. The honeymoon phase was incredibly sweet. But one day, Kinte saw a question he couldn't answer. His expression changed instantly, even though he didn't show it at the time. From that point on, Kinte started becoming distant. He stopped eating meals with Chinatsu, deliberately avoided gatherings with Chinatsu and her friends. Their friends tried to help them make up, but Kinte chatted and said hello to a strange woman, completely disregarding Chinatsu's feelings. Chinatsu was hurt and confused. She had no idea what she'd done wrong. On the other side, Kinte went home feeling disappointed in himself, because he couldn't tell Chinatsu his secret. After being ignored for several days, Chinatsu finally couldn't take it anymore. She asked Kinte's friend for information. That evening Chinatsu followed the address, and nervously came to the bar where Kinte worked. Kinte was annoyed that Chinatsu suddenly showed up. He immediately took her away. He felt that innocent Chinatsu didn't belong in a place like this.
俺の世界は本当はこっちなんだって。
どんな世界であろうと三浦君のことを知りたいって思うのはダメですか？
もう帰れ。
三浦君
Even though the Kinte in Chinatsu's eyes was gentle and strong, popular and responsible, the Kinte who had always been admired by Chinatsu actually felt tormented, because none of that was the real him.
もうお前あんま俺の心に入ってくんな。
After that, the two of them acted like they'd broken up. They never contacted each other again. One day, a customer at the bar asked Kinte to recommend a dessert. Kinte blurted out Chinatsu's favorite macarons. In that instant, Kinte realized he had never forgotten Chinatsu. The sweet photos of them together in his album felt like they were just yesterday. Kinte ran like crazy to find Chinatsu. He searched every place Chinatsu frequented. Finally, at the place where they first met, he found Chinatsu.
三浦君が何かに苦しんでるんだったら待ってよと思ったんです。私は三浦係だから。
Chinatsu's words almost made Kinte cry. He took out Chinatsu's 365 questions notebook and voluntarily wrote down that secret he'd never told anyone. Kinte had always been so scared, afraid that once he told her, Chinatsu would leave him.
怖かったんだ。
ずっと三浦君のそばにいますよ。
石森、ほんと強くなったよな。お前のこと守ってるようで、いつの間にか守られてた。俺がお前を守りたい。石森、俺は石森のことが好きだ。部下を愛してる。